We're here with Mike Brown from Big Red Shoes. Mike's the creator of the newest iPhone app, Beat the Boss. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mariana.
So tell us about Beat the Boss.
Beat the Boss is a game for the iPhone and the iPod Touch where you literally get to get insulted by your boss and then beat the living tar out of him.
That sounds like fun.
Always.
How does the game work?
How the game works is you start the game, there's a boss behind a desk, he insults
Sit
you,
down and shut
a
up.
bell rings, and boxing gloves drop
What are
down.
you gonna do?
From there, what you do, there's a time element, and what you try and do is you try and hit the boss enough times before time runs out.
The boss character really looks great. Did you do all the art yourself?
I'm a cartoonist, I'm an animator, so how I started this was in the sketchbook like cartoonists do.
So you animated the characters and did all the illustration?
I did everything top to bottom except for the voices.
Okay. So tell us about your creative process. How did you start making this game?
How I started the game was first I visualized it. I saw myself holding the phone and what would I want to do with the phone if I was going to beat the boss? So what I did is I thought about it and I came up with the idea of flinging in the gloves. I wanted your thumbs to be used to throw the punches at the boss. So I thought about that and I wrote it down first in text, I drew in my sketchbook, and then I animated in Flash to see what it was going to be like.
What happened after that?
After that, I realized that I need to program this thing if it's going to work. And how am I going to program it if I'm not a programmer? That's when I found IndiaNIC. Because I needed a professional and I needed some people that knew games to be able to bring my vision to being a playable game that would be on the iPhone and the iPod Touch.
So IndiaNIC did the programming and you did the creative work.
Exactly.
How did that work?
How it works is I come up with my ideas and then what I would do is I would send them to IndiaNIC and they would translate it. So in other words, I would write a text document, I would do a Flash demo, and I would send it to IndiaNIC, and then they would send me a note back saying, okay, this is what we believe we're going to be doing, and then they would make it.
So you're here on the West Coast in LA and IndiaNIC is in Mumbai. How did that work?
How it works, there's a 13-hour time difference. So it sounds a little daunting, but it's really not. So what I would do is I would work my usual hours and work really hard, and right before I go to sleep, I would send a file to IndiaNIC. What's really nice about what they have going is we have an account set up. So online, they get all of my communications as well as all my files in one central place. And from that, there's no confusion. So I would send this file right before I go to sleep. While I'm in bed, they're hard working. I wake up, I've got a file to look at.
Sounds good. So can you describe a little bit about how the game experience plays?
Sure. It didn't happen right away. At first what I thought was that the boss should be sitting still and then they just beat him. And I found that was, after a while, a little bit boring. So I came up with the idea, actually, now that I really think about it, when George Bush had a shoe thrown at him, he did a great move to duck to get away from it. And that's what made me think about it. So what happens is the boss moves. And so he's hard to hit. It's kind of like playing whack-a-mole at your local fair. So you're trying to hit him when he hits a certain place. So he moves around. So then the other thing I wanted to add was the element of time. So you only have so long to hit him. So you have a certain amount of time to hit a moving boss with multiple weapons throughout the full paid game.
When does Beat the Boss come out?
Beat the Boss comes out in the end of January. By that time, it should have gotten...
Sorry, the cat just jumped up onto the chair behind you, and that's a little distracting. He's settling in. He's like, I'm hanging.